extrusion process begins with aluminum log or billet. These logs are 22 feet long and weigh on average 1,200 pounds. Logs are available in 7-inch, 8-inch, and 10-inch diameter, with alloys such as 6063, 60005, 6463, and 6061. The log or billet is fed into an oven, which heats the aluminum up to around 900 degrees Fahrenheit. This brings the billet to a plastic state, where it is malleable under extreme pressures, but not molten. The log exits the oven and is sheared to an extrudable length, usually about 30 inches depending on the shape being extruded. The hot 30-inch billet is fed to the extrusion presses by the extrusion loader. A large ram then pushes the billet into the container and applies as much as 3,000 tons of pressure, which squeezes the aluminum through the steel extrusion die. When the hot aluminum is forced through the extrusion die, the aluminum takes the shape of the profile in the steel die and exits as a long stock length aluminum extrusion. The entire process is monitored with a digital readout, and all data is stored on servers, which are used to develop extrusion recipes for each specific profile. As the hot
Hello, we at Technoform Kunststoffprofile are specialists in the extrusion of fiber-reinforced technical plastics. In this video, I'd like to give you a brief overview of how we produce plastic profiles. This machine is called an extruder, and it's used to create molten plastic out of solid granules. Come a little closer, I'll show you how it's done. The process starts by feeding in the granular compound. The screw transports the material through the cylinder. This is surrounded by heating elements. The heating elements and the friction generated by the screw melt the granules into a homogeneous mass. The die is mounted at the front of the extruder. This gives the molten plastic its profile contour as it's pressed through. Calibration with the help of a vacuum unit cools the profile and allows it to set. At this point, the continuous plastic profile can now be cut to the required length. The profiles land on the tilting table. They're then packed onto pallets in reusable boxes or cartons to match customer needs, making the plastic profiles ready for shipment. If you have any questions, or if we can make your life easier by creating a plastic profile for you, please contact us.
The deformation of either metals or plastics forced under pressure through one or more die openings. The resulting shape is called an extrusion and is produced typically having a constant cross-section profile defined by the shape or geometry of the die opening. With special tooling, stepped or tapered extrusions may also be produced. Almost any thin or thick, hollow, or solid cross-sectional shape may be produced by extrusion. These extrusions are then typically cut to length or use as products, assembly components, or as raw stock for further processing into discrete parts. Extrusions are used for a variety of applications within many industries, including automotive, aerospace, building and construction, furniture,